The Georgian era lasted from the early 1700s to the first half of the 1800s. It included the reigns of the United Kingdom's Hanoverian rulers, the three King Georges and William IV. During this time, huge social changes took place, as remarkable people and events shaped the world. The first industrial revolution began in the mid-1700s and continued into Queen Victoria's reign. Crowds of people began leaving the countryside and moving to cities to work in factories. This was the main trend for almost 100 years, during which the average person's standard of living, for the first time in history, showed a continuous upward trend. During this same period, Jane Austen wrote her famous novels, which offer a glimpse into Georgian social life. The Georgian era encompasses all art and cultural creations made in England during this time. Although when we think of the Georgian era we automatically think of England, many other nations had a significant influence on the era's jewelry style and decorative motifs. In America, this period saw the Revolutionary War, fought by the 13 North American colonies under British rule against Great Britain, as well as George Washington. In France, Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. The French Revolution, Napoleon, Josephine, and Marie-Louise. In Russia, the reign of Catherine the Great, and so on. All this, with great advances in science and world exploration, the advent of rail travel, and the changing social role of women, created the perfect backdrop for the creation of the wonderful jewelry we call Georgian. While the reign of the English kings defines the parameters of the era, stylistically, the designs, trends and ideas were shared internationally, and Georgian aesthetics were felt throughout Europe and America. At the beginning of the Georgian era, the Rococo style dominated, which made jewelry spectacular with its playful, asymmetrical decorations and nature-inspired motifs. Shell and scroll patterns as well as floral and vine shapes were common, especially on Giardinetti jewelry, which resembled small flower baskets made of tiny colorful gemstones. The jewelry was light and delicately crafted. By the end of the 18th century, the influence of classicism had become increasingly strong. Classicism was the artistic movement of the turn of the 18th and 19th centuries, which brought ancient Greek and Roman art back into focus and used it as a source of inspiration. This style reflected the ideals, harmony, and beauty of antiquity, while breaking with earlier overly ornate and complex styles, such as Baroque and Rococo. Its main source was ancient Greek and Roman art. Ancient architectural and artistic motifs were often used in architecture, sculpture, and painting, such as Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian columns, and the depiction of Greco-Roman gods and heroes. Neoclassicism emphasized harmony and balance in its creations. Simple, clean lines and shapes, as well as proportion and symmetry, were the main characteristics of the style. The works were generally based on geometric shapes, such as the triangle, the square, and the circle. Several types of jewelry were common during the Georgian era, reflecting the artistic and social characteristics of the time. For example, Giardinetti jewelry, which were delicately crafted rings and brooches depicting small flower baskets or bouquets, jewelry sets. Matching necklace, bracelet, earring, and brooch sets were considered fashionable in high society. The girandole was a particularly popular type of earring, which contained 3 dangling gemstone elements, creating a rich dynamic effect. Rivière necklaces, necklaces made of gemstones of the same size, arranged one after the other, representing elegance and clean lines. And miniature jewelry, which were pendants and brooches decorated with painted portraits, often depicting the face of a loved one. Precious metals and gemstones played a prominent role in Georgian jewelry. In addition to gold and silver, new alloys appeared, such as pinchbeck, which offered a cheaper alternative to gold. Steel and iron jewelry, especially during the Napoleonic Wars, had patriotic significance. Among the decoration techniques, the following were the most popular. En tremblant, a moving spring-loaded setting technique that made the gemstones vibrate, making the jewelry appear even more sparkly in the light. Repoussé, a relief metalworking technique that created detailed raised patterns, and canotille, a lace-like decoration made of fine wire mesh, which resulted in light yet spectacular jewellery. Georgian jewellery is remarkable not only for its beauty, but also for its historical significance. The rich colours of the gemstones, the delicately crafted decorations, and the symbolic meanings all contributed to these jewels standing out among the artistic creations of the era. The technical development of jewellery making, as well as the expansion of the use of materials, laid the foundation for the styles of later periods. English jewellery art at this time balanced between the lightness of Rococo and the respect for tradition of the British aristocracy, which gave a unique elegance and unique look to the pieces made at that time. The pieces of the era are still sought after by collectors and those interested in jewellery history. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.